Welcome to Toffee Blue View, your source for all things Everton. I am Gerry. Max is here, probably somewhere in that region. FA Cup is happening, and I think there's a really high percentage of Everton supporters out there who want us to take this seriously. Lincoln is a squad who has done well in the past, made it to the quarterfinals, 2016-2017 FA Cup. Lost to Arsenal. I think it was a kind of a uneven score as well. But I think before that they had beaten Burnley. And right now they're currently first in League Two. They're winning. They're 15-6-4 with 51 points. Their last three matches they drew with Port Vale 1-1. They beat Cambridge 2-1 and lost to Crewe Alexandria 2-1. This looks like a team that's just going to run 4-4-2. When I checked their lineups for a decent chunk of games, it looks like they normally run 4-4-2. Smith in goal. Eardley. Am I saying that right, dude? Eardley. Yeah. Eardley, Bostwick, Shackle, and Toffolo as their defense. O'Connor or they could run Pett and Frecklington in the middle. They also have Anderson and Bruno Andrade on the wings. And up front, their leading scorer is John Akinde. Right now, I think he's from South Africa. And he's got 9 goals this season already. And he'll probably start with either Reed or McCartan. Why don't you give us a little... You said you've seen them play a decent amount last season.
Not a decent amount.
Decent was overstating then, eh? You've seen them play some.
I've obviously, with my connections to Accrington Stanley, I watched quite a bit of League Two football last season, and I was at the game where Accrington, won the league against Lincoln. And what I can say, Danny Cowley is a very good young English manager, and he sets his side up to play physical. Very, it's just a hands-on approach. I think they've got 2 no-nonsense centre forwards, and like we've said, I do think they're just going to take the same approach of what others are when it comes to dealing with us, and that doesn't stray too far from their original game plan, I don't think. So, as I say, this isn't a game that we can take lightly because, as you rightly said, this is, a cup, please. How many years have we been saying this? This is the only one that we're in. So, Everton, it's nice. Just saying. So, we've got to give it a proper go of it and make sure we're in the half for the next round.
I think there's a lot of conversation that we can have about our starters, about who Silva's actually going to go with, but that's a different segment. Currently, I guess the real thing is, what do you feel like we should expect in terms of how they're going to play us besides physical?
It'll just be all hands on deck, men behind the ball, trying this on the counter. It's been proven that it works. I'm particularly interested as to what formation we're going to take for this game because this could be, although as I say we don't want to take it lightly, I'd rather us experiment with the formation than in a Premier League game. Say, we could play 3-5 and get away with it. I wouldn't mind us seeing running with a 4-4-2 for the sake of, getting strikers on target and helping them find the back of the net. As you say, it's League Two is a funny league. It's more physical than anything else. I think League One, where you start getting a lot more technical and more acute on the ball, but touch wood, we just we outgunned them.
Yeah, honestly, with a team like this, I'm really curious how we're going to respond to just multiple, people coming at our legs repeatedly. Multiple late tackles. I expect it. I expect a lot of contested headers, like very contested, like upper body. A lot of like grappling. I see a lot of that. And I see them trying to frustrate us, or break momentum. That's usually what happens with a lot of physical play. They're not only trying to piss you off, they're trying to make sure you don't connect a bunch of passes together. They're trying to get a little time to get their defense back. Yeah, I'm really curious about our formation on this as well, man. I'm curious if we're going to be starting some young guys who may be a little easier frustrated. You know what I mean? A little easier to frustrate. To be honest with you, it's not a team I'm super excited to play. I'm glad we're not playing a Premier League side. There's that. But they're first in their league, and they have a history of like giant killing.
Yeah, I was going to say it's certainly easier ties out there, but it is what it is.
Yeah,
it shouldn't deter us in any way. We've got to look at winning it. So
yeah, we really do, and you're going to be faced up against teams with a lot more talent than this. It's just, you see the draw, you look at it, and you move on. That's how it works. That's how it's supposed to work. What's your prediction, Max?
3-1.
3-1. I am optimistic, but not quite as optimistic. I'm saying 2-1. Everton. So, I'm just lately. I think there's some bad mojo, some bad stuff kind of weighing us down, and we need to get out of it. This is a good time to try to get some chemistry going again. All right.
Yeah.
I'm hoping that's the way they use this one. But I'm worried they're going to be using it to rest players. So we're going to talk about that in our next segment, our starting 11 segment. Who's Marco going to start? Spoiler alert, we don't know. We're just doing our best. Okay, we're going to analyze some possible combinations, and we'll go from there. So that's the end of our FA Cup Lincoln City preview. If you've been digging our videos, please subscribe to the Toffee Blues YouTube channel. We've capped 1,400 subs now, which is fantastic. Thank you very much for doing that, by the way. The support of the past year has been immense, and I really appreciate being able to do this. So thanks so much for that. If you want more Max, check his Twitter. He'll tell you where he's going to be. But he'll also always be doing work for the Toffee Blues website. A lot of analysis on there, all things Everton on there as well. So stay tuned. We've got a starting 11 segment coming up. So bye.